for instance, this is a piece that when you brought it in, I went, whoa, this is really, because everybody looks at the big pieces of layered art, but this is a smaller
example, and you kind of can really tell what's going on here because this is a beehive box.
You could have fooled me.
Yeah, a beehive box they used to use, and I incorporated it into the piece. But you could kind of see the depth, like the layering that's cut out. It goes all the way back. I think there's 4 or 5 layers to this piece, so it kind of gives you the the view of the depth of the pieces. But I enjoyed doing this one here. Well, I had a photographer friend of mine that worked at the Tennessean at the time, and he was on an assignment to cover one of the anniversaries at Graceland. And I had never been to Graceland before, so I decided to come along with him. And so it was like the whole trip was I was going to Graceland to finally see Elvis, and see his estate. And I came downtown and caught Mose at the center performing on the piano, and the piece I wrote at the bottom of the piece was, I went to Memphis to see a dead Elvis and found a living Mose. I mean, he was that type of guy that if you heard his music and experienced being around him, you took it home with you.
One of the things that strikes everybody when they buy one of the prints or see the art or take home one of the large paintings that you've done that are available here, but is the use of color. I mean, the colors are vibrant, they're fabulous, they're kind of, I mean, how did you come up with those kind of colors in your art?
Well, I hadn't been down to New Orleans but maybe once, and that was after I had been doing the painting, but I didn't realize the connection to New Orleans or Memphis. I think there's a connection between New Orleans and Memphis as far as the talent and the culture. And I didn't really realize how much I was drawing from these two areas visually, because there are a lot of color. There's one of the paintings that's on the building out there is a guitar player, and I think it says 30 miles to Memphis or 20 miles to Memphis. And so you sent me the email of the photos of the building, and I emailed it to my family, and they go, "That's your brother. That's your brother. That's my brother playing guitar." So that filters through. There's sometimes you'll do a painting, and you'll put a character in it that's ambiguous, but it'll end up being a self-portrait type thing, and they go, "Well, that's you in the painting." Well, it wasn't intended to be that, but it just came out as